This video is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Oh God, oh my God. I'm literally running into my recording booth, just going for it, folks. I'm too excited to not just go for it and share with you what I just discovered. Boom, check it out. It is Persian SpongeBob. No, not SpongeBob in Tehran, though that is Persian and it is SpongeBob. No, I'm talking about the version of SpongeBob that they relay over in Iran and they censor the ever-loving hell out of it. I won't deny, I have no idea what's about to happen in this video. I'm just going for it. I don't even have a script. That's how bad it is, folks. Turn this video off. Is it what the hell? Is it a weird episode? I don't know. Let's just go. I went down the rabbit hole of Persian SpongeBob, and it started with, as I said, SpongeBob in Tehran. Heads up, I'm doing a video on that next week. It's going to be a lot more fulfilling, more detailed, more meat to the video, but in the pursuit of learning about this topic, I found out about the insanity of censorship to come from Iran when it comes to their airing of SpongeBob SquarePants. Notably, this in particular. Oh, Sandy, what happened? What is this? Microsoft Paint? Is that a purple, poncho? I gotta say, they make you look a lot more thick than you actually are, so I'm conflicted. Oops, shouldn't have said that. I damn myself every single day with these videos by talking. But honest to God, it does not look good. That looks bad. That's a very shoddy edit when it comes to Sandy. And I'll be real, I was taken aback. I know about censorship, all right? It goes on everywhere. It really does. In every single country where there's television, there's some form of censorship. Like China, the censorship is quite authoritarian. And if you want to, go read the list of what they expect for you to achieve in order to get a movie approved by their government. It's a very odd, strict set of rules, but hey, that's the way it is. That's why it's difficult for Hollywood, those shilling monsters, to tiptoe and make sure they qualify when it comes to showing their movies in China. It's very rigorous. Now, for the record, not all censorship is bad. Sometimes it requires context and also to take into account what's the content. Who is it being aired towards? What's going on? Some degree of regulation is not inherently bad. For example, and this is a really bad example, but it sticks out to me as a moment in America where I watched something and I'm like, what the hell was that? Was for The Big Lebowski, where you got John Goodman's character and they warped his words so much from the original scene where he's like, this is what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps.
See what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps? That's what happens. This is what happens when you feed a scrambled egg.
I digress. But in Iran, I'm pretty sure I said Iran earlier, it's Iran. They have a different set of rules, and a lot of it's due to Islamic faith and how that has a big part of their government and also covering up ladies. I'm not going to pretend that I know everything about Iran and its government, and I will save it for the SpongeBob in Tehran video. I'll go more in depth about their government, their different kinds of government associations that oversees SpongeBob in particular when it comes to television, because I'll tell you this, Viacom and Iran do not see eye to eye. A lot of drama about that, but I'll talk about it in the next video. But Sandy here, despite being an anthropomorphic squirrel with a bikini, that's unacceptable. That's way too much skin. Same thing with some of these background characters in SpongeBob. And apparently, from what I'm told, they even censored the word bikini in Bikini Bottom. It's just bottom, which sounds a lot worse, let's be honest. This ranges from Sandy being censored by the infamous giant purple circus tent over her, and then other moments where they just get rid of her top completely. So it's just like a brown torso, which, let's be real here, looks much worse. Come on, you can see the round orbs. It's shoddy craftsmanship and edits, and for SpongeBob, it's like, come on, it's a bathing suit. What's the big deal? Maybe you shouldn't be airing the content if you can't make this happen. It's gotten so bad where you have Sandy walking around and they take the frame and they zoom it into her face, where it's like, it's just above the neck. That's all you can see. Yeah, Patrick has no shirt. It's all right. Squidward has no pants. That's fine. Sandy, keep it above the neck. We can't see what's below it. That is forbidden, and we won't tolerate it whatsoever. It just amazes me. The variety of cultures and governments and what people see as acceptable and not acceptable. It's a broad range. Humans are a very fascinating species. From region to era to time, it varies constantly. It changes too. And I suppose for me to see how SpongeBob is presented in Iran, I'm just surprised. But then again, I'm not too surprised. It's like, oh, wow, that's a thing? Oh, and also, I had folks who emailed me, and this was the part that got me excited about wanting to record this video. A couple of folks from Iran actually hit me up saying, hey, yo, I saw your Twitter post about this. I want to let you know it gets so much worse. Here's a bunch of screenshots of famous movie scenes and shows where it's like, here's the original, how it is presented and how it's covered up, whether it is like covering up a girl's outfit or placing like a juice jar in front of their cleavage. And then I had an email where someone said WALL-E aired in Iran and that they couldn't show Eve and WALL-E holding hands. And they cut that entire scene out. They're goddamn robots. They're robots. What are you talking about? And that apparently also Eve was called Evan. It was presented as a guy. I love it. There's nothing better than seeing countries who are a lot more meticulous about their censors trying to figure out, how can we present this? What do we do? Because sometimes the context just collapses and it's like, what's happening? I know folks have a bunch of different feelings for Steven Universe, but I give it so much respect when apparently Russia was like, Ruby's a guy. And Sapphire's the girl. They're not both girls. Don't worry about that. But then the show is like, okay, put Ruby in a dress, went for the wedding, and put Sapphire in a suit. Suck a dick. And it's like, word, I actually have a lot of respect for that. It's such a power move against Russia's censorship when it comes to gay stuff. So I know, again, this is such a bad video with how I'm recording this, but I'm fueled with so much excitement. And don't worry, I'll be back next week. I'm gonna refine my thoughts, my scripts. I'm gonna make sure I make some addendums if I made mistakes. I apologize. This is very much so a passionate, impromptu video, but I couldn't help myself. Consider this the mozzarella appetizer that I'm putting at the table for you all to try out and whet your appetite for the main course, which is SpongeBob in Tehran. And I'll tell you right now, that was an experience and it was difficult. So I will see you all next week, guys. Brace yourselves. And don't worry, I'll actually do the video this time. It's not like Caleb and Sophia where like I think 6 months ago I was like, get ready for the video, and it's been like half a year. That's been a journey. Wait till you see that one. And don't worry, it's not that the Jehovah's Witnesses got me. I'm still alive, kind of. So there you are, playing your favorite video game. You're storming the beaches of Normandy, and all of a sudden, DDoS attack. Oh God, I did not realize that the Third Reich had that up their sleeve. But you know what you could have countered them with? ExpressVPN. Okay, so it is a well-known fact that the internet is full of terrible, awful human beings who would like nothing more than to hack into your computer and steal your data. On top of that, they also want to mess with your gaming sessions, as I mentioned before. I mean, talk about insult to injury, right? But guess what? You can protect yourself with ExpressVPN. Seriously, with one single press of a button, your online connection is encrypted and secured. Welcome to the wonderful world of private access to the internet. I mean, how can people go online without a VPN service? There are just so many jerks out there who are just waiting for the chance to steal your info. But don't give them that satisfaction. Put a halt to that BS right now by using ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN was rated the #1 VPN service by Wired, TechRadar, CNET, and The Verge. And for good reason too. It offers protection, encryption, and guess what? Access to region-locked movies and shows. That's right, all of Netflix is now accessible. Before that, it was like going to a buffet and the cook being like, hey, get away from the dessert bar. But now you get all the selections. Damn, now I want some ice cream. I use ExpressVPN all the time to watch region-locked stuff. It's one of my favorite features. Lately, I've been rewatching Rick and Morty on UK Netflix. And walla-lubba-dub-dub, am I right? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. What is this, 2017? But seriously though, that new season rocks. And I especially like her. And guess what? ExpressVPN works on multiple devices. Windows, Android, iOS, and many others. And all of this sweet goodness is available for only $7 a month. That is an absolute deal for this amount of freedom and protection. So go hit up the link in the description down below. and go to expressvpn.com/Saberspark to take back your internet privacy today and find out how you can get 3 months for free.